a big show tour 2025, right? That is the name of the show.
That's right. Yeah.
Tell us all about it.
Well, it is a big show. Like we've actually, the last couple of years, we've been doing flood shows where we've been playing our entire flood album, and which is a format that people really like because you kind of get to focus up on a specific thing and change up the repertoire. But what we're doing now, since all those shows all sold out, and it was like a really glorious thing. It's always, for a musician to sell out a show is always really fun. And so it afforded us we thought, well, we could actually make a profit, or we could make the show bigger. So let's figure out how to make the show bigger. And we took on a horn section. So we've got an 8-piece band now, which is really like having a Saturn V rocket lashed to the back of our project. And so we're just kind of carrying on with the setup of what we did in the last couple of years, but we're changing the repertoire. Like we actually have, there's no opener. It's an evening whiz, so it starts really early, and we spotlight some album in our repertoire. So we've got 3 different albums that we can select from, and we do like a big part of the first set. It's kind of highlighting a record like that, and then in the second set, it's audience favorites. I mean, we play songs from Flood, and we play songs from across the years. So we've been doing this for way too long. So
we are so grateful that you have been doing it for so long, honestly. And now we're going to hear the second part of the interview. I've just always been impressed with the energy, the just work ethic, the just keep going and do and be creative that you and John have been a part of for the past 43 years exactly. So yeah. It's incredible. I mean, as a listener, as a fan, we're so grateful that you keep coming back to, make music and make us so happy and engaged. And it's just so much fun. It's incredible.
Well, that's very flattering to say. I mean, we pour a lot of energy into it, and I think I feel like we get a lot back. It's weird to be perfectly honest, I feel like I blinked and my entire adult life just flew by. It's been a wild kind of manic ride. I am often reminded that I am not a young man anymore, but still it's like this project, gives us a ton of energy. It gives us a ton of excitement, and just working in music, like pop music. I grew up with the Beatles, and I grew up with a lot of 60s music that was, in retrospect, seems like a much more magical time than now. I mean, I'm sure people, the Grammys just happened, and I know there's a generation of people growing up with Chappell Roan or growing up with Taylor Swift who probably feel the same thrill in, invested in that music. And that's totally natural. But I guess one thing I feel like I really took away from growing up with the radio in my childhood and in my teen years is that the pop song is an incredibly rewarding, flexible kind of plastic trampoline that you can jump on, and it just gives and gives. It's such a great songs are so great, and it's so funny because they're so short and they're so simple and they can be so tiny, but it's an exciting world to be in, and to be able to sort of live in the world of the popular song. Yeah. It's just a fascinating.
It really is.
Thing.
And that is just a part of my interview with John Flansburgh of They Might Be Giants. They're coming to town on February 28th. They will be at Janus Live, bringing an 8-piece band, horns, and many other things, maybe some props even. It's going to be a fun show. And They Might Be Giants, the music of my youth. It just takes me back. So we're going to hear just one more song from They Might Be Giants, Anna Ang from Lincoln, here on 88.5 FM. And who knows, maybe we'll hear it on February 28th. Here it is on WMNF Tampa.